Memory makes sense of it the most effective way I could, which at any point will likely make him wish that he never met me in his life yet. And the young lady, she is currently on impact. I chose to do it now on the grounds that Kevin is presently 20 and I'm courageous, and I'll let you know what it took me 20 years to separate from him on the grounds that the entire expert life got better, and I said when I leave I will leave with the best leave picture conceivable inside and out, genuinely truly business wise. The entire cycle I plotted to separate from Kevin, and I forfeited a ton of myself to come out fruitful on the opposite side, engaging you on TV. Welcome to hotly debated issue. Sharina Hudson escaping my vehicle with my cash. Great morning excursion. Sharina Hudson seems to have quite recently spilled the beans, uncovering how Wendy might be answerable for Kevin's death. The style creator claims Wendy has been plotting in the background to guarantee that she and Kevin will ultimately lose all that they own. That anyway is the perfect hint of something larger for this helper piece. Come child mother, help yourself out and continue to watch until the end. You won't have any desire to miss this, engaging you on TV. Welcome to hotly debated issues. Sharina Hudson escaping my vehicle with my cash. Great morning excursion. Sharina currently accepts that since Wendy found Kevin's disloyalty, she has been on a mission to demolish him and remove all that he has worked for. Sharina's hypothesis might have some legitimacy regardless of whether it at first sounds ludicrous. From the start of the year, Kevin has been plagued by a progression of hardships, all of which he faults on Wendy. Likewise, he and his new partner are retaliating and don't give off an impression of being surrendering at any point in the near future. I don't lament the day of meeting him. I don't lament tolerating him for each of the 25 years. And I cert, and that doesn't have anything to do with him having this child or him having this side. Young lady Paradise. Wendy's ex answered to another Jersey court in February 2022 that he had unexpectedly stopped making the regularly scheduled installments expected by their separation repayment to ensure Wendy kept to the details of the separation repayment and severance understanding. He requested of the court to choose a gatekeeper. Kevin expressed in his legitimate proclamation that the repayment reserves were significant to his monetary security. He likewise conceded to being late on various bills, including the HOA contribution for the local where he, his accomplice, and their kid all life have been cautioned that the HOA would go into dispossession on the off chance that the installments were not paid. My vehicle insurance hasn't been paid because of not getting month-to-month severance installments. I'm behind on MasterCard installments since I have no cash. Since the severance installments were suspended, Kevin went on in his recording, my life has been enormously impacted since the offended party quit pursuing installments under our repayment understanding. All I'm expressing reversal to fair game. I'm a fair game player and an honest person too. The way that Kevin had serious monetary issues, yet he likewise needed health care coverage. He was a dad of 2 and required hip medical procedure, yet he didn't have health care coverage. This seriously disturbed his day-to-day routine. Kevin's stress over not having the option to keep up his way of life and pay off his obligations was clear. Kevin said that Wendy's watchman, who was probably answerable for giving the installments, never makes sense of why they out of nowhere stopped. It was particularly troubling on the grounds that Wendy was committed to pay him under the provisions of their earlier understanding. High schooler, long stretches of our marriage I've had some significant awareness of her. Nearly starting from the starting, I've realized that Kevin is a sequential cheat. Whenever I first found out was while I was pregnant with our child on bed rest. Numerous occasions over the past a half year really think that Wendy is behind all that is happening. There are further tail components that loan trustworthiness to this declaration. Anyway, we will say that conversation for later. Wendy's lawyer answered Kevin and Sharina's interest for risk establishment by saying that Wendy had not been paid by the Wendy Williams show since October 2021. Only 1 month into her endless non-appearance on October 15, 2021, offended party was educated that her policy was being suspended and that no pay will billed or be payable to the offended party for the length of the offended party's handicap and inadequacy. Wendy's attorney, composed Wendy's legal advisor, guarantees that she and Kevin examined the separation repayment that will be concluded in January 2020. Wendy, as per her lawyer, got no pay for her work on the venture and she has no other TV programs presently circulating or creating. Wendy's non-appearance from the show corresponded with the beginning of the 2021 fall season in September. An emotional wellness evaluation handled her in the emergency clinic a couple of days after the fact. She procured $55,000 for every episode on the Wendy Williams show for a sum of $10 million each year. The more fruitful I got and he got, and we trusted in one another, the all the more a jerk he became. By Sharina. Wendy was behind the entire plot, with Wendy's set of experiences of conceding to being slippery. It's not excessively far got to expect that she arranged it regardless. Sharita's culpability in her significant other's grabbing might persuade others to think she was justified to remove the couple's monetary help. Wendy evidently wasn't at fault when Kevin lost his employment and the greater part of his pay. From what has been made public, that far creates the impression that Wendy's financial issues started in January 2022 when Wells Fargo froze her records. Bank authorities felt Wendy was monetarily taken advantage of, had dementia, or was under unjustifiable impact since they accepted she was of unstable psyche. Wendy, it is expressed, looked into a Malibu, California therapy clinic in the fall of the earlier year to get treatment for her serious liquor abuse. The anchor, who had recently professed to be level-headed, had different liquor-related disasters in broad daylight prior to choosing to find support in August. Liquor has been a genuine battle for her throughout the course of recent years. She is engaging extreme liquor misuse blended in with serious medical problems, essentially, as per somebody near the demonstration entertainer who likewise uncovered Wendy had been focused on a recovery office. The reports say she was being treated for serious liquor misuse. She kept saying she has had various specialists who have told her for quite a long time to stop, and individuals around her in New York permitted all her drinking. Wendy has been battling with serious monetary difficulties because of her extensive medical issues and being kept out of her funds. It was uncovered by her legal advisor that Wendy didn't show up on the Wendy Williams show by any stretch of the imagination during its last season. While her liquor addiction has been generally faulted for her vanishing, not much has been accounted for on why she has been MIA. During additional examination, it was found that Wendy had Graves' sickness and lymphedema, among different diseases. Deborah Mercury, her long-wedding creation firm, not long after expressing that her show would be dropped in the late spring of 2022 and that previous visitor have Sherry Shepherd would occupy her schedule opening. Wendy's lawyer has brought up that it is sensible to accept that Wendy will not be able to keep making her installments given that she can't get to her resources and has lost her work. The managing judge appears to share Kevin's appraisal that he will not be repaid. The Sun has advanced solely from court archives that Kevin's endeavor to restart gathering provision installments from Wendy has been denied since the appointed authority didn't believe Kevin's supplication to be earnest. She excused it without bias. This implies Kevin has the choice of taking the case back to court sometime in the not-too-distant future on the off chance that he has new proof or conditions. Besides, Kevin's solicitation that what he covers for his legitimate bills was likewise turned somewhere around the adjudicator. Kevin is still effectively chasing after Wendy for installment. An appointed authority might have ruled against him in his solicitation for divorce settlement. However, he actually has the choice of taking the Make a Difference to intercession. Sharina's Instagram account shows that in spite of this, she actually singles out Wendy. Blissful and sound is all I'm on right now, she wrote in the post. She then, at that point, added, the misleading content is genuine. I surmise they need the storyline to go on for a webcast. Apparently Wendy's prior remark about making a digital recording was the motivation for this article. While it is hazy assuming any episodes have been made, despite the fact that Sharina hasn't expounded, it's reasonable what storyline she means. Plainly, by far most of individuals are Wendy's ally in this question, and they've spread the word about that situation. Among the remarks we found, what didn't Wendy Williams tell Kevin during their marriage that makes him figure she ought to be dealing with him and his family? Sharina Hudson has something else coming in the event that she thinks I buy anything from her. When I saw her destroying home name, it was finished. In the event that this stays with up, Sharita's might experience some difficulty keeping up with its momentum level of progress. Yet hello, perhaps after the intervention she and the dad of her youngster might gather a check from Wendy. Everything will occur next, just time will say to that. Is everything to this video. Until next time, fare thee well.